things. Here we are. I'm heading back from town. I had to go and bring my check in, get the mail, do a little bit of chopping, and now I'm on my way home. It's heating up big time. It's going to be a real hot weekend here this weekend. I don't know if I was saying this. I think I was saying this on a prior video. I have infections going on in my teeth, right? Well, I found some, I have fish antibiotics in my prepper bag. Am I going? I'm going. I have fish antibiotics in my prepper bag. Fish amoxicillin, penicillin. Well, gosh, this was a week. It's a blur almost. Maybe 2 weeks ago is when it started. And so I started taking, I remembered it after a few days after I can really tell the infection was getting bad. So I started taking the fish amoxicillin, and it was clearing it up, man. I was feeling better because I was getting a fever, which just means that infection's going in my blood, correct? A typical Todd, typical dude stuff. Okay, well, I can keep going. I don't need to go to a dentist. I'll worry about it later, right? Well, tell you what, man, that fever came back with a vengeance yesterday, man. I was so spaced out, it felt like I was on LSD there. I don't even remember finishing up my shift. Vaguely, I remember a little bit, like I should have cleaned out the truck and stuff, but I don't remember too much, I was spaced out, but, and I'm pretty spaced out today too, but I have an appointment tomorrow, so they're going to x-ray and let me know what I'm in for. Something, right? Get that done. I'll probably have to, I got a little something put aside, a little bit of gold and silver that I can sell, and I wanted to put that towards a van, make it into a camper van, but it is what it is, right? I mean, I guess I know this is more important, so that's what happens. Consequences, right? Consequences, as they say. So anyways, I'm doing that for sure. I got an appointment tomorrow at 1, and then I'm going to go see my mom because it's in the same town. So I already talked to her, go have dinner with her at the bar, and I still have a mouth left. So anyways, my ponderings. The wheat and the tares. That's what I'm pondering. The wheat and the tares. Genesis says there was giants on the earth in those days, and also after. Is it Genesis or was it Enoch? As far as I'm concerned, first Enoch is canon, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, whatever that means as far as I'm concerned, but in my head, first Enoch is canon. The other two, not for me. I haven't even really read much of them. I kind of lean towards the book of Jasher as being, canon, or Jasher 4:18, I believe it is, really sticks out because it says that these angels provoked the Lord by mixing DNA with animals and fish. It says that, Jasher 4:18, I believe, 4:16, 4:18. I think it's 4:18. Even if it's, people are saying, oh, it's a forgery, this and that, because who speaks about it? Was it Peter speaks about Jasher? So they're saying, oh, that's a forgery. Even if it was a forgery, so say, 60 years ago, it wasn't really common that people believe that we can intermix DNA with animals and fish. Now we know, they pretty much can and probably do. Good Lord knows what they coop up down there. So Enoch tells us a lot. Jasher confirms it. Genesis tells us, for what? Probably since the 80s prior, even 90s, even maybe 2000s, most churches were saying the sons of God, the sons of Seth they're just bad people. They're just people who wanted to be wicked. Well, I don't even know if most churches, I know I went to one church that was big John MacArthur. They almost like they talked about more about John MacArthur than they did Christ. I brought it up at it wasn't even a Bible study. They were good people. They were all right, but I couldn't fit in there. I brought up that I believe something happened there in Genesis, and they were like shocked. What do you mean? What? Come on, people. I even think in the garden something went down. I don't know. I'm not like concrete on its the serpent seed doctrine. I don't know. Something went down there. It isn't that she just wanted to eat a piece of fruit. Her and Adam, and something went down there. I don't know. Maybe it's technology. You got Apple computer, and you got the first one was 666. Possibly it's immortality is what was it's like these people promote. It's funny how they put stuff right in front of us, and I don't know if it's to mock us, is it to mock God, is it both? Probably both, I suspect. I don't see how these beings believe they can defeat their creator. I don't see that, but I reckon they do. It's either that or he just wants to take as many of us with him. I don't know. But yeah, so the tares, what are the tares? These tares are obviously among us. So the tares look just like wheat, if I'm correct, but they're not wheat, right? So there was giants on the earth in those days, and also after. Maybe possibly language has been distorted to purposely hide what a giant is. Maybe a giant isn't a giant. I don't know. I'm sure there's many people who absolutely know. It's just like there's so many people who absolutely know everything, and I don't know, man. I just know that Jesus himself did bring up that there's wheat and there's tares. Who are these tares? Are they just bad people? Are they absolutely not like us? They just look like us, right? How do you identify them? Can they be in your own family? I mean, if they're a different breed, don't take that off the table. I mean, are they different? I don't know. How could they be in your, am I a tare? I don't know. I would hope not. But I think it's something else. I think they're not wheat. They're not wheat, man. They're tares. There's something different about them. They look like the wheat, but they're not the wheat. So yeah, I mean, and then Jesus says they're gonna be taken up by the angels. He said, and burned. This separation process, so say those of our fellows who are being deceived by the tares, because let's face it, we all are being deceived in one form or another. Are they taken up and burned along with the tares? I don't know. I hope not. They're wheat. They may not know they're wheat. They may think they're a tare. Gets kind of confusing, huh? I don't know, man. I just know we've been sold lies and lies and lies over lies, and I think I'm still kind of spaced out from this fever. I'm feeling better. What happened was I stopped taking antibiotics, and I just felt all right. I cleared it up. Just, could be a lot worse. So, but yeah, boy, I was spaced out. So, heading back now, see what I can get done. Yeah, when I was talking about I was doing all this recycling, well, man, I think that guy's been ripping me off, to be honest with you. I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, man, it just keeps getting less and less, and just kind of got a sneaky feeling like this last time he was just real kind of anxious, and I'm gonna try to weigh these bags best I can. I mean, obviously they're gonna be off to a certain extent, but I mean the amount of money I'm losing, I think. But that right there is gonna help pay for all this dentistry stuff. So I got a ton. I haven't been in 2 weeks, and I got a ton built up. Probably do some of that today, go through the dumpsters. What I do is I just through breaks, or if I'm throwing stuff away, I'll pull cardboard out for the owner too, because it separates it and lowers the weight for him. But then I'll pull cans out, or on my break I'll just skim through the top. I don't really dig deep or nothing. I tell you, I probably could make more money doing that if I really dug in there than I would maybe, I don't know. I'd make a lot of money. There's a lot of stuff getting thrown away. So anyways, yeah, that's my ponderings on the wheat and the tares, and something's obviously up. And yeah, the majority of churches don't really talk about it. That's kind of strange in my book. I mean, that's pretty darn important. It's brought up in a lot of different books. They are among us, and what are they? So I'm back, just waiting to get through the gate. All right, guys, man, love you all. I pray all's well.